Hi, this is Stainbank. How are you? How are you doing today? Okay, this is the first in a series of videos. I intend to bring one out every week, covering lots and lots of practical information for you. Okay, let's get straight into it. I'm going to make these videos, incidentally, as short as possible. This is what we're going to cover today. A brief description of my history in business, and it will be brief. My approach to internet marketing, what I can do for you, which is really why you're here, quite rightly. I'm going to cover something, as you see, the two verys, very, very important. Now, it really is. This is so important, I can't exaggerate it. Anyway, I shall come to that in a moment. And at the end, I shall be introducing you to some freebies. We all like freebies. But these are not just some kind of silly freebie. This is very practical stuff, and that's an essence of everything I do, to be very practical. I shall be guiding you to two free sources for something that you will use in your online business almost from day one. Okay, I think you'll find that very interesting. Okay, my history. I spent most of my business life in what could be called the paper and print industry, specializing in printing envelopes. When people used to ask me what I did for a living, I would say print envelopes, but it's not as exciting as it sounds. Seriously, it was quite a serious business. We printed around 15 million envelopes a month. Printing on the envelope anything from just the return address on the flap to four-color process on the face of the envelope, which it looks like they are in this picture. Quite a business. In 2005, I started to get interested in, and I can't remember quite how, but this make money online lock, part-time, dabbling in it, whatever, and that's when I started. I went full-time when in December 2012, and everything changed in my life at that point. The next thing on my list was my approach to internet marketing. Well, it can be described in one word, which is openness. By that precisely I mean that I'm going to be open with you. In this series I'm going to show you what I do in my online business and how I do it. I will discuss with you any and all techniques that I've used, both those that work, and by work I mean result in getting more people on my list and making sales, and those that don't. The don'ts doesn't mean, of course, that you may not be able to make them work. They may work fine for you, but I'm just, as I say, going to be terribly open about this. No hype, just very practical stuff. Which leads on naturally to the next item I had on that list, which is what can I do for you? And that's what I can do. I can show you what I do, how to do it, and whatever. In addition, you can of course contact me at any time via email, and I will do my best to help you. At this point, I should point out that I am genuinely a one-man band. I work on my own from home, which I suspect you probably do too, therefore, and I do get an awful lot of emails, so I do answer them all, but sometimes, it isn't instant, because you're not dealing with a company, you're dealing with an individual, okay? So the whole point of this course is to do everything I possibly can for you to assist you to form your own online business. Which comes to an interesting point. Hobbyist or internet superstar. What do I mean? Well, a hobbyist, and these are my terms, so forgive me, but a hobbyist is someone, typically, they're technically brilliant. These guys or girls know all about coding. They know, what to put, where, how to handle images, do this, do that, and whatever. And God bless them, because when someone like me needs some information, these are the people I turn to. If you go onto Yahoo Answers or onto Google Search or onto YouTube, you find these people. They tend to be very nice, and they tend to be more than willing to share their knowledge. In other words, you've got a problem, you ask a question, they will answer it in detail. These people also know all about the latest programs, techniques, all the rest of it. But I suspect, and I'm generalizing now because this is not true of all of them, but I suspect that the majority don't make a huge amount of money online, because They spend all their time on the techie stuff, and if that's what makes them happy, fine. I mean, let's face it, that's what it's all about, making yourself happy, and God bless them. That's great. But this course, if you like, is aimed more towards the internet, or I should say the potential internet superstar in you. Okay, to be serious, what I mean is, someone who really wants to make a difference financially in their lives. Now, that could be anything from additional income per month to serious income and become a full-time internet marketer. I am a full-time internet marketer. Now, at this point, because I'm now talking about money, I think I should say that I cannot guarantee how much money you will make online, if any at all. In fact, if you incur costs as far as hosting is concerned, or an autoresponder, etc., and don't make any money, you may in fact make a loss. So, absolutely no guarantees. But what can guarantee you is that everything I tell you in this course, as I say, is things that I do every single day of the week. Okay, and I will be very open with you about that. Okay, let's get on to the big subject, the very, very important one, which again can be summed up in one word. That word is uniqueness. Two forms of it, and this is so important. I would say this 1,000 times, but it really is. People who not only get this, but implement it, and you can underline the word implement, have a 50 times at least better chance of making it online than those that don't. There are even people who know that this is true and still don't implement it. I have no idea why, but it's true. This uniqueness takes two forms. The good news is one you already have, and it is you. You see, it doesn't matter who you are. It doesn't matter whether you're male, female, tall, short, fat, thin, whatever your color, creed, race is, whatever. It just doesn't matter. You are you. There isn't another you on the planet. That's what you have to sell. People buy from people. Do not worry about you. Do not think, I'm, not clever enough, bright, good looking enough, or what. All that stuff is utterly, totally irrelevant. The web is so vast, as you know, involving billions of people these days. You only have to resonate with a tiny, tiny fraction of those people, microscopic fraction of those people, in order to make a decent living online. There are lots of people that you won't resonate with. So what? It just doesn't matter. Okay, you will tend to find that the people that do resonate with you, that do sign up to your list, that do listen to you, that do buy your stuff, usually are people similar to yourself. Not always, but usually. So you've already got that asset. And I'd just like to go on from there and say, whatever you do, please, please don't pretend to be someone else. And in that, I include everything from using a false name. I know people do, and some successful people do. I think it's ridiculous, because that's stage one of pretending to be someone else. And if you're pretending to be someone else, you've got to keep that pretense up throughout your entire marketing process. It's farcical, because you will come across as insincere. Just be you. You is a very powerful thing to sell. That's all I've got to offer. You're listening to me. I'm using my right name. I've got a funny accent. So what? You may resonate with me, you may not. But please take that on board. The second form of this uniqueness comes out in your marketing, okay? This, more or less said this is terribly important. You carry on being you throughout your marketing, and that includes speaking the way you speak, writing the way you write. You must come across as you. You must communicate as if you were talking to somebody at the other side of the table, someone that you know. You must be honest. You must simply give yourself, and that will work. Now, I'm going to show you in practical terms now. As I say, I'm a great one for the practical element here of what I'm talking about. And we're going to go up to something called ClickBank. You may be familiar with ClickBank. Here we go. Good old ClickBank. And I'm clicking up the top here where it says Marketplace. Clicking on there. Okay, so what's this? ClickBank is a large operation. They've been around a long time. Very good service indeed. If you create a product, you would perhaps come to ClickBank and say, right, I want to lodge my product with you. The idea being that someone will come along like us and say, okay, I found a product on here, I want to promote it. And you'll see it on the left-hand side, there are lots of categories. And within those categories, there are lots of subcategories. For example, why did it do that? Let's go back again. Try another category. Yeah, categories within categories. Okay, lot of them. Now I'm going to go up here to the search bar. Now, a confession, I before making this video I came on and sorted this out because I didn't want to spend hours clicking around and wasting your time. Okay, so I'm going to type in here garden shed. Garden shed. You're going to think that's a bit weird. I'll show you why. Click on here to search. What it's doing now is trying to find the most relevant product that it houses on this site and come up with it. And here's the first one, okay, from a company called myshedplans.com. The promote button, if you click on that, brings up this. In other words, this is where you fill in your details. Incidentally, it's free to sign up with ClickBank. You fill in your details. This will give you your own unique link. In your marketing, if you get people to click on that link and they go through and eventually buy something, you will get your commission, your affiliate commission. As you can see here, the affiliate commission is 75%, which is very good. It gives you all the information here. Actually, this is very well laid out. Top affiliates make $965 a day. Wow. You can make a sale of $103, although the average sale is $37.35. Down here you will see, whilst we're on here, I might as well point this out, something called gravity. When I used to sell ClickBank products, I used to make it one of my criteria that I never promoted anything that had a gravity of less than 50. Gravity simply means it's a reflection of how many people have promoted this product, I believe, in the last month. To put it roughly, the higher the gravity, the better. It means it's a popular, successful product. Okay, just thought I'd point that out to you. The reason I'm showing you all this is this. I'm going to take this link here, which says mysheds.com/AFF, in other words, for affiliate. We're going to go to this site's affiliate pages. Okay, that is set up for affiliates. An affiliate, of course, is simply someone like you or I who comes here, decides to promote this product in order to gain the commission that you will be paid by ClickBank. Here's their affiliate page where it tells you all about what's possible, your front-end sales, the upsells, all about your links. And if we scroll down to the bottom here, there's a line here saying to opt in, you get all the information. Rather than do that, so if you don't want to use the opt-in form, I must say this site is very well laid out. You can click on your resource page here, which we're going to do. I'm clicking on that. Right, affiliate tools and resources. Now I want to show you something in particular. They've got lots of stuff here. Banners. I'll just very quickly go into that one. That's a banner. Okay, it's actually rather good. You've got some you've got some code here underneath, which again you could take and put on your website or whatever, and it would create this image. You can make that image clickable. So yeah, they're good. Pay-per-click articles. If you want to promote anything, well, these are, I'm not going to open all these, but these are articles, and you can put your name on them and whatever. Again, with links back to your stuff. I'm just zooming back to the top. Direct order links, email, download video, standard for it. But the most important of all is this one, custom landing pages. Let's just have a look at an example. Let's go here. Okay, this is a landing page. What's a landing page? This is in your marketing, which I will get much more into next week. What you want to do, if you can at all possible, you must always drive traffic, drive people, drive visitors to a landing page. This is a landing page which tends to be quite brief, as this one is. This one, I have to say, is rather attractive. Good heading, a bold headline telling you exactly what It's on offer. Click to download my sheds for a discounted price of only 27. You know, add to cart, all the rest of it. It's all here, isn't it? This is a landing page. This is a very, very good one. So this site has got it all. They can provide you with banners, with articles, with landing pages. Their sales page, in fact, let's just go back. I'll leave this page. Yep. Their sales page. Just here. Taking a while to load. Also is excellent. Get instant access to over 12,000 shed plans. My God, I did actually once build a shed, but I must admit I built it from a kit. Nothing as clever as this. Okay, this site, it's got bold headlines, pictures, it's got a video on there about somebody building a shed. Lots of headlines. And here we've got Mr. John Mosley telling us all how wonderful it is. These are very important to stick in the middle of a sales page. Again, lots of clear graphics. Actually, this sales page goes on quite a long way. A list here. Lists are great. Lists, whether in the form of bullet points or numbered lists, or as we have here, check marks, or as we call them here in the UK, ticks, are powerful. People tend to read them because they can scan them very easily. Headlines, more illustrations, get started now. Now we have Scott telling us how wonderful it is. More pictures, some samples of shed plans available. My goodness, incredible number. Oh my goodness, look at all these plans. Incredible. It goes on and on and on. Anyway, it's extremely well done. This is much higher standard than most sales pages. And you know what? I wouldn't recommend you went for them. Why not? It's simply this. Getting back to what I was talking about before, which was uniqueness. That's not unique. You see, successful products on ClickBank are largely made up of a whole army of people producing fairly small number of sales. Nothing wrong with that, but that's what, yes, there will be a tiny number, probably no more than 1-2% of those affiliates who are pulling in serious money. Okay, so what's that 98% doing? Well, they're using what you've just seen. They're using the landing pages provided, the sales pages provided, the articles provided, the banners provided. So you might say, so what? Lauren just said they were good. They were good. Were they unique? No, because everyone promoting that, well, at least 98% of them, are using them. Okay, so if the visitor goes on there, he might not be in a buying mood on one day, comes across that, sees it, okay, it's in the back of his mind, comes back a few days later, sees another link, somebody completely different, clicks on that one, he gets to exactly the same landing page, exactly the same sales page. You read it, it's not unique. You must be unique. You must have your own landing pages, your own sales pages, your own everything. If that sounds daunting, it isn't, because again, in future weeks I'll be going into it, but it's nothing to worry about. But do you see the power of this? What you've done, you've set yourself apart from the rest of the marketplace. You really aren't just any of those other guys. Yes, the bottom line is that you're selling the same product, but your business, in a sense, your business stops before the product process. It's that front end, and that front end has to be unique. And if it is, you've got a chance, because by the time they've gone through that front end, they're now much more sympathetic towards you. They decided to stay with you, if you like. It's more interesting. They're seeing pages they've never seen before. They're much more likely to click through, and they're much more likely to buy. Okay. So that's terribly, terribly important, uniqueness. And I'm going to go into more into this starting next week, but keep that in mind. You must be you. You are unique, and your marketing must be unique. Okay? Right, I said I'd try and keep this as short as possible. I'm now going to go into the freebies. Let me just check this for you. Here we go. Right, the first freebie, which you may think you know all about, but I've got a bit of a different twist on it, you can find in good old Google. because what I'm talking about today is images. You are definitely going to be using images in your online career, and as I'm sure you know, being a clever person, if we go over here, Google has images. All right. So we're going to look for images of, let's say, tropical beach. Tropical beach. Now, first tip. You could click on here and it would take you to images of tropical beaches. Two magic little letters to add on to here. HD. That's right. That will result in you getting, obviously, high definition images of tropical beaches. Quite important. One, they'll be better quality, and secondly, you find in all sorts of circumstances that if you upload an image, it can often pixelate. Using HD images will, generally speaking, get around that. So okay, now we're going to see images of tropical beaches. Here's the second thing I'd like to bring your attention to. Copyright. Someone has taken these photographs, someone owns these photographs, and whatever. I will never ever encourage you to knowingly or accidentally infringing copyright. You really don't want to do that, okay? So there's three things you can do. You can just use any of these images and take the risk. I repeat, I cannot advise you to do that, okay? People do, but I can't advise you to do it. There's something else you can do, which is go up here to this logo, top right, which looks like a gear wheel. Click on that. In the drop-down menu, you've got Advanced Search. Click on that. Again, go down to the bottom here. To the very last thing, it says Usage Rights. Go over here, Not Filtered by License. Go over here to the drop-down. Now, the two drop-downs I want to bring your attention to is this one. Free to use or share, even commercially. If you want to go to the extreme, free to use or share or modify even commercially. Now, in the vast majority of cases, I tend not to modify these things. I'm using them purely as images. So I'll click on this one, like that. Then I'll click on Advanced Search. This is going to take me back to Google Images. Now, I now am comfortable with using any of these images, okay? I know I'm not going to have a problem. The chances are, if you chose any image from your first search, you probably wouldn't have a problem. But I repeat, I cannot advise you to ignore copyright. If you found an image that was copyrighted, there's nothing to stop you, of course, getting in touch with the owner and asking permission. Say, I found your image number, whatever, or whatever it's called, on Google Images. May I have your permission to use it in bum bum bum, whatever you're going to use it in, okay? So that's the first one, which you may or may not be familiar with. The second one, you're less likely to be, and that is morgue file. Incidentally, if you can't see any of these email addresses, don't worry, I'm going to be putting them underneath this video. Morgue file, morguefile.com. Here we go. Morgue file. Free photo archive. Click on here, free photographs. And look at this. Hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of photographs. A really, really useful source, this. I've used it many times. Absolutely brilliant. Okay. You can in here put in a theme. Well, let's keep the theme up. I haven't tried this actually. Tropical beach. Let's see what happens. Here we go. Free tropical beach images. Sure, there's some of them that are not fantastic, but there's enough good ones to use in just about any subject matter, and they go on and on and on, as you can see. It's a huge list of images. Okay, so I hope you find those two very useful. Right, back, as they say, to the drawing board. Well, I hope you found this of interest. Next week, as I say, I shall be going into practical stuff about what I do each day. What on earth have I done here? What I do each day in my business. I'm just going to leave that mess as it is. What I do in my business. What I do, how I do it, how I market, and whatever. Okay, so this will be 7 days from now. next video. Okay, see you then. Bye bye.